Trust the Local 3 Storm Alert Team.
Obviously, we have left the studio this morning to go on location. Can you tell where we are? We are up at Alexian Village on Signal Mountain. As you know, if you watch the show on a regular basis, we often have Terry Tompkins, Heather Reynolds on talking about how wonderful it can be to make this place your home. But why not hear straight from the horse's mouth? And this morning, this is a very familiar face for a lot of you. Franklin McCallie, I can't believe you're the one I got lucky enough to talk to.
Julie, I'm very honored.
Very honored to talk with you as well. And I can't believe that you're finding time to talk to me this morning because you barely have your boxes unpacked.
We don't have our boxes unpacked, Julie. We're still unpacking.
You just moved in.
No, we just moved in. We've been here 11 days, I think.
So as I'm understanding the story, it's kind of an interesting turn because you really never intended to come here. Y'all came about a year ago, not quite, for one of their kind of retreat weeks that they had.
That's right.
To really help a friend.
That's right. That's right. You've got it exactly right. We were a friend needed to come up and look at this place. He wanted somebody else to come with him, mainly for him and his wife. Teresa and I, my wife, we came and saw it. We're very interested, and later on saw the invitation from Alexian to come for a week, a planned visit. We came with 4 or 5 other couples, spent the week here, and became enamored with everything that was going on.
Well, so much so that when y'all got back home, as I'm understanding it, you kind of began to talk and look around and thought, you know, there's always a hot water heater going out or windows that need to be cleaned. The yard gets more and more difficult to maintain. So it just made sense.
Julie, when we came here 10 years ago, came back to our original hometown, both of us born and raised in Chattanooga. We bought a house on the south side that we loved, dearly loved. It was an old derelict though, and we had to tear it down to its studs and build it back up. And we did so. We loved that house and we thought we would stay in it for the rest of our lives. But some friends, after that visit here, some other friends who were already here said, Franklin, Teresa, don't wait too long before you can enjoy this place. And so we started looking at it completely differently and decided that we would take the plunge. Coming up here first, of course, when you come up here first, you see the mountains and the view and the forest, and we're hikers and campers and everything. And then we thought, boy, we could live in the mountain. Plenty of people do in Chattanooga. We were city folk. We were down in the valley. We just never even thought about that.
Right.
But at that time, then we decided, you know what, this would be worth doing.
So I know that she did not want to appear on camera, your wife, but I did talk to her a little bit, so she'll have to forgive me for bringing her up a minute. But I think that you speak to the diversity that is here at Alexian because you clearly, Franklin, are a social animal. So you enjoy finding people and swapping stories and hearing about them. Teresa said she's a little bit more of a one-on-one person. And I bring that up because for people who may be thinking about making this move, but they're afraid of being thrust too quickly into the social side of things, you can kind of take it as you choose, right?
Julie, you can. I'm not surprised that you'd say all that. Teresa and I start for supper from our apartment up here. Been here 2 weeks now. And we don't get very far. We go 20 yards out the door, and then there's a couple and we say hi, and then we start talking, and then we start talking about where we've come from and where they've come from. And Teresa is completely involved in the conversation also. And finally, we look at our watch and say, you know what? We're going to miss supper if we don't go. Now, this couple's already had supper. They're coming, they're going.
We got to make you a sign that says, don't talk to me yet.
Really, sometimes we have to say, yeah, we got to go to supper. But it's fascinating, and the people are fascinating. And Julie, the people who are here did not come to hibernate and to go off to a senior residential area and die. That's not why they're here. Right. They came here to socialize and to be involved in all the different kinds of activities. And the activities here are myriad.
Well, okay, what I'm remembering when y'all did the culinary retreat, and hopefully they will have a chance to do that again, and perhaps some of y'all watching can take part in the months and time to come. But you did have a chance, I think Teresa mentioned, doing all the different exercise classes. You feel invigorated when you're here.
They have 2 real good exercise rooms. Teresa and I both exercise. We both walk a lot. I still lift, I'm 82, so is she. I still lift weights. My brother's here. He and his wife work out in the exercise room every single day. Yeah, listen, one of the things we've seen from our friends is don't quit exercising. My goodness, don't quit exercising.
They also have a fantastic library. I bet that's a draw for you.
It is, the library, the video library. They've got book clubs. They've got discussion groups. I love the discussion groups. My wife and I love to get involved. And here, just a week ago, they had a program whereby about 15 residents gave 3-minute vignettes of their lives or some part of their life. It was fascinating.
How
They were
fun.
funny. They were poignant. They had practiced. They didn't just stand up and do it. They had worked on it.
Do you know, you and I have not rehearsed anything, so sorry for throwing this your way, but you've been quick to talk to me about your world travels. You've lived in lots of different places. Y'all came back home 10 years ago. But do you think that maybe the fact that people choose to come to Alexian from all over the country, that layering that it gives it, made it easier for you to come here?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it. And the people that come here, they're willing to talk. You've picked up that I'm willing to talk about things. Certainly I am. Teresa doesn't talk maybe as easily as I do, but you're right. She and another friend will sit down, and after they talk, and I'm over talking with a lot of other people, she'll come back and we'll talk at the end of that, and she will tell me things that are so interesting about that other person.
I feel like it's relevant to bring up because people are individual people, and it's hard to leave your home and your privacy and your routine and feel like you're now in the midst of a group. And what if you don't want to be a part of the group that day? So that to know that the pressure is not there, I think is a relevant point.
Yeah, she certainly wants to be part of this group, and I know that there are people who I guess don't want to feel pressed. I don't understand those people. I mean, that's not in my comprehension,
but you'll tolerate them.
But they're there. And
I can't have you here before I let you run and not ask you about the food. I told you I might ask you for a family recipe, and Teresa said you make a great Ritz cracker and peanut butter. But they're feeding you well, right?
Listen, I grew up on the McCallie campus, and I ate everything at the cafeteria and loved it. I went in the Navy. I ate everything in my ship and loved it. People would say to me, "Oh, you're crazy." I say, "No, I love what they're fixing."
Okay.
I like the food here at Alexian Village. We've enjoyed it very much. Not everything you get is something you're going to be, it's not going to be your favorite.
Right.
But overall, the food's terrific, and the staff is doing a great job. And the high school servers, they're wonderful. The staff is great here, from Doug, the executive, right on through. Everybody is.
You have to give clarification on one thing, though, Franklin. Nothing against the Navy, but is the food here better than the Navy?
You know what I got to say?
Oh, he's an honest man.
You know what? Anybody would say it is. What you got to remember is, I like McCallie cafeteria food. I like Navy food. I love the food here.
Okay.
I like eating.
You like life.
I like life, and I like eating the food that I'm served. That's fun.
Yeah.
Is it great food? Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But I would never tell my Navy buddies in the ship that it wasn't great.
No.
That I didn't love it. I loved it.
I wasn't trying to set you up. You know what else is funny? I found out about Franklin McCallie. You don't have a good concept of time. You were concerned that we might not be able to talk for 3 minutes, and we've talked for much longer than that, and we're having so much fun that you're willing to talk to me again, aren't you?
I'm willing to talk to you anytime.
Okay, so we're going to stay put in these chairs, and we're going to swap some yarns, and we'll show those for you later on 3+U, maybe in a couple of weeks. But thank you for being an ambassador for them this morning.
Thanks, Julie.
You can come and swap a few tales, take a tour, have an individual conversation, and eat some pretty likable food at Alexian Village. Their phone number and website there on your screen. Thanks for the joy.
Thanks very much.
No two sets of eyes are the same, and nothing should keep them from getting the expert eye care they need. That's why we'll cover your cost of your insurance copay or your eye exam. Schedule your eye exam at pearlvision.com.
A Bojangles family meal has so many more fixins to choose from.
Mac and cheese.
Dirty rice.
Those scratch-made biscuits.
It's bow time.
Shop Academy Sports and Outdoors 3-day online-only sale and get up to 50% off the best brands. Buy online and pick up in-store. Plus, get free shipping on most orders over $25. This 3-day sale ends Wednesday, so visit academy.com now.
We offer a non-opioid, non-narcotic, and most importantly, non-addictive means of dealing with certain mood disorders and chronic pain disorders. At Scenic City Neurotherapy, we are invested in our patient outcomes. We're not here to treat